Hello and welcome to this UniTaster On Demand event today. My name is John Cheek. I'm the founder of UniTasterDays, and it's my job to introduce the event and introduce the speaker. The speaker today is Dr. Liam Bagley, joining us from Manchester Metropolitan University. Liam is a lecturer in physiology and is going to provide a guide to studying physiology at university. So with these events, we like to cover why you might want to consider that course, what to expect on it, application tips, and a guide to potential careers. But conscious you've tuned in to hear from Liam, not from myself. So with that, I'll introduce Dr. Liam Bagley, joining us from Manchester Metropolitan University. Over to you, Liam.
So as John said, I'm going to talk through what is physiology, why study it, what sort of skills will you achieve from studying a degree in physiology, and some application tips as well, and what sort of things you can expect in the degree or in a degree in physiology. So physiology is very it's quite unique as a science, and generally it's the study of humans or human physiology. It's the study of how humans work, essentially. It underpins areas like pharmacology and pharmacy, medicine, nursing, and all other allied health professions as well. So it can be from a sport and exercise perspective as well, and how to improve performance, or have a look at assessing patients throughout their age span and things like that, from elite level athletes to the recreationally active and everyday athlete, and also from a healthcare perspective as well. We use in physiology, we use a number of different assessment techniques to assess the whole body and muscle as well. So we use things like this, the MRI scanner, which is on the image on the left-hand side there, and we can image different parts of the body and how that changes in different disease states or in different health conditions as well. And also it goes down to the cellular level as well. So we can really have a look at what is changing in our cells, and then therefore we can build that up into how that would affect a tissue or an organ, and then indeed the whole person. And also it's the study of how drugs work as well, or how drugs might affect our physiology in pharmacology as well. So it's very holistic. And at Manchester Metropolitan University, these are as at today, these are the units involved in our Bachelor of Science in Human Physiology. So as you can see in the first year, it's rather broad. So physiological systems, cell and molecular biology, physical activity and health, and research skills and employability are the units that we have on this degree program. And this is a number of different areas. So physiological systems, we'll be looking at generally the whole body and how the whole body works, and how systems of organs and tissues all integrate together. And we've also got down to the cell level as well, of how those cells work. And then finally, we look at how research may be put together, research studies are put together, skills like statistics and all these different other allied skills to the field as well. In the second year, we build upon those things, and the degree program that you may study will build upon those things and look at environmental physiology and how the environment around us affects our bodily functions, and how exercise may affect that. The degree program then goes on to look at how pharmacology and pharmacological interventions like drug treatments and things like that might affect our physiology and affect how our bodily systems change in different disease states and in health as well, or through aging and all other physiological challenges that we meet in our lives every day. And this is again to a cellular level, and again we build that up in physiology, because physiology is the holistic study of the entire body, from a cell level all the way up to the whole body. So on the left-hand side here, I've got a video of a gait analysis and walking analysis of a person. So we can apply from the cellular level and build up to how that affects how a person walks and their everyday function. And then that informs medicine and other allied health professions to come up with interventions and support to help patients. In the final year, most degree programs in physiology and indeed the sciences tend to build up to a final year project for the most part. And in physiology, this could be almost anything related to physiology. So in our institution, the students who are doing really cell-based work and looking at how cells work and how different interventions might change a cell's function, all the way up to whole body exercise testing using electrocardiograms and cell function. And then moving on to actually presenting that at either a conference or putting it all together as a poster and as a report. So real world skills that are applicable to other industries as well as in healthcare sciences as well, in healthcare. So the university study of physiology is very holistic and well-rounded all around. So what type of teaching is there in physiology, and what could you expect from a course in physiology? So the degree program in physiology is research driven. You would think that we know an awful lot about our bodies now. We've had them for quite a long time as humans, but there's so much unknown about the field of human life. So the degree programs in physiology are extremely research driven and very current and modern, because medicine and knowledge of our bodies, of physiology, is always advancing constantly. Degrees have a real emphasis on technical skills as well. So actually doing the job for real. So that could be from a cellular level of how to use microscopes and how to interpret different physiological data, all the way along to, this is an extract from an exercise test of what an exercise test might look like and how that might then impact on a patient, say, going for surgery or whatever it may be that they're just about to face. So all of that is underpinned by theoretical knowledge, and it's interactive as well. So moving into interactive teaching methods, because our bodies do interact with one another in terms of their physiology, in terms of organs working together and different systems working together in order to produce a final result. Say if that's an increase in heart rate in a given condition, or a decrease in blood pressure, or changing the amount of light that enters your eye in order to focus on the retina and improve visual acuity. Just as a few examples. So they're extremely interactive. It's extremely interactive as a subject. So as I say, physiology and health science generally is a constantly evolving area of science and has a real direct implication on health and in medicine. So it's very real world and has real applications. Degree programs place an emphasis on practical work as well, and using those relevant techniques in the field of medical science and physiology as well. And also that it develops very transferable employability skills, as I mentioned before. So skills like project management and communication skills and analytical skills. So human physiology, the clue is in the title, it involves humans. So speaking with other people, explaining really scientific, complex ideas to the average person who doesn't have a scientific background is one of the many skills that you may get from a degree in physiology and study of physiology. Also managing time and managing projects, managing, organizing when people can come into the lab to do testing, organizing equipment, things like that, which are not just applicable skills and graduate level skills in physiology and medicine and healthcare science, but they're also applicable everywhere else as well. And also it may be possible in these degree programs to complete work experience or placements in clinical laboratories, or indeed in other fields such as scientific writing or science communication as well. So in order to apply for these degree programs in human physiology, my advice would be to do your research on what you want to do. You've got to be selfish in these things because you're the one who will be studying that degree program. So some courses, as I talked about before, with the degree program that we run at Manchester Metropolitan University, is very holistic and it's very generalized in terms of a lot of different subjects. However, it does have in every single one of those units expert staff who are research active in those fields. So ensure that when you're looking at these courses is to have a look at whether the degree matches with what you want, and have a look at the units that are studied, and ensure that it matches with your career aspirations or your further study aspirations as well. Because every university has expertise in slightly different areas of physiology, so do ensure that it matches with where your interests lie as well. And also, some degree programs in physiology and other areas as well in different fields have professional society affiliations or accreditations. So some of the most common ones to look out for are from the Physiological Society, which are a UK-based society, but have international links as well, the Royal Society of Biology degree accreditation, and also the British Association of Sport and Exercise Sciences. So these degree program accreditations or affiliations are involved with looking at what is involved in those degree programs, and they're assessed and accredited by those different organizations. I include at the bottom right here a QR code for the Royal Society of Biology as an example of what their accreditation process is and what type of things go into an accreditation as well. So feel free to have a look at that as well, and look out for those logos and things like that when you're looking at courses in this field. And also look at the whole package as well at a university level as well, and careers support. So at Manchester Metropolitan University, there's a wide range of career support and extra support around careers and gaining extra experiences and things like that. And it's called what we call our RISE program. But also look at the well-being support at the university, the accommodation as well, if you're living in university halls, and any sporting opportunities that you have as well. And also look at what aspects of the course interest you and how does that feed into your career aspirations. So look at the facilities as well, look at the laboratories, because that's where you'll be working during those. And look at the facilities and the type of teaching, and also the research that is going on there at the moment that you could get involved with as an undergraduate student on these programs in order to enhance your career prospects and also to learn more about the field as well. And ask questions. So ask, what facilities will I be using during my degree? What subject-specific and transferable skills am I going to gain? And what kind of careers have your previous graduates gone on to from this course as well? So some examples of previous courses or previous careers that some of our graduates have gone on to is further study in medicine or allied health professions, or a PhD study, but also clinical careers in the National Health Service and other health providers, and also in health assessment as well. So in the insurance industry or in medical sales, etc., etc. There's scientific writing. The list is endless, to be honest. It's a really sort of all-encompassing degree subject, physiology, and it's the study of life. So it's extremely broad, and you gain a lot of skills from that are transferable to other sectors and industries from a degree program in the study of physiology. So what kind of careers are available as a physiology graduate? So there's the most obvious one, I suppose, in medical research and research delivery. So that's in terms of the financial side and the project management side of research as well. In the pharmaceutical industry, so testing new drugs or testing new interventions in a specific medical condition or health condition. Medical liaison as well, so liaising with clinicians or in sales. Scientific writing, so communication in terms of reports, internal and external scientific reports and medical reports, but also in journalism as well, and scientific journalism. Public health careers, as I've already mentioned, and teaching as well, from primary all the way up to further education and higher education as well. A colleague of mine also worked in clinical and management roles in the NHS or National Health Service to look at ethics delivery as well, and managing ethics applications in research studies as well, in health studies. Health and well-being advisors, so in the insurance industry, as an example, recruit physiologists to assess companies and patients and various other things as well. And also the allied health profession training as well. So into physiotherapy, further study in medicine and nursing, all these other allied health professions as well. So the breadth of different careers that are available as a physiology graduate is enormous, absolutely enormous. So there's all sorts of careers available to you as a physiology graduate.